Welcome back guys to another episode of JM Exploring. I'm Jack and this is Megan if you haven't met us in our previous videos.
First of all, we wanted to say thank you so much for all of the positive feedback on our rig rundown that we posted a couple of weeks ago. We did take you through a quick overview of our Alu-Cab conversion setup in that video. So for today's video, we wanted to go a lot more in depth and share our full experience with it, considering it has been on our car about 10 months now.
Yep.
And we've also been living in it full time collectively for about 5 months. So figured it's a good time to really share our pros and cons.
100%. Let's get into it. Alrighty guys, we're going to jump straight into opening the tent up and the shadow awning. We're going to put a little timer on the side there so we can really show you how quick it is to set this up. So we'll start with the tent. You got your two clips, undo your hatches and pop it straight up. Just pull your string down like that. This string is just there to put up when you are putting down the tent. It actually helps to hold the canvases in. Gets it all nice and in there. Set your little al fresco up and then you come round, undo the awning. You got your three Velcro straps holding it up there. And it's as easy as that. On a windy day I'll put the leg down, but it's not windy today so I won't worry about that. And there you have it. So how long was that, Megan?
I think it was about 1 minute.
How good's that? Alright, so pros and cons of the awning. We'll start with the pros. Pretty self-explanatory. It is just so simple to open up. You got no legs, and the no legs part is just huge benefit. It does come with the one leg, which we don't really use that much. Only when we know that there's going to be a bit of wind, we'll just put that down for that extra peace of mind. Another benefit of having the shadow awning that goes all the way around to the back of the car is when you're facing the sun and the sun's coming into the back of the car, you just open the awning up. It takes all that heat away from coming inside the car, which is a huge benefit as well. There's only one kind of experience with the awning so far, and that is when it rains. Even though you've got this pole up here that's made to prevent the rain from catching inside the awning and weighing it down, it doesn't help that much. So what happens is that the water gets caught in all three parts of the awning and it weighs it down a lot. So you need to keep coming out and pushing the water out. Last night it rained heavily and we woke up and it was weighed down so much. So that's a little con there. If anyone knows any tricks or tips, leave a comment in the comment section and that'll be awesome. Oh, that's not good. There is one little story I'll tell you about the awning is when we were in Esperance, and if you've been to Esperance you'll know it gets bloody windy there. I tried to open the awning by myself and it was 40 or 60 kilometer winds and it just took off. I got to about here, this part of the car, and it just took off like a parachute and it actually bent all the way over, and I'm pretty sure this bracket here just bent and I thought it was gone. But I called Megan over. I was trying to be a hero and do it myself. I shouldn't have been doing that. So don't open the awning if it is really windy by yourself. So I called Megan over and we bent it back down, and luckily there was absolutely nothing wrong with it. So that just goes to show it's very well built and it's pretty strong for what it is. And just a few more little things as well. The awning has also actually got Velcro that runs around the whole thing, which allows you to buy a add-on part which is like an annex and it goes around the whole awning, which would be pretty cool as well. So that's another little thing that we've kept in mind. And also when I was having a good look at the awning one day, if you can see up here where the leg actually sits, there's a few brackets that hold it in. They've actually applied the holes to every single side of the awning. So that's a pretty cool little feature. You can obviously, looks like you can go add on the extra legs if you need to. So keep that in mind, but honestly, I don't think you'll ever need it. What's included in the middle here with that one leg is perfect, and then the two bits of string that they add on there in case it does get extra windy is just awesome. With the bracket, it's got, looks like to be 10 bolts holding it on into the Alu-Cab, so that's nut certed in, and that is more than enough to hold the awning on, and it is very sturdy. I've also added this little option up here myself. I've just sticky taped some LED lights on there, and it'd be cool to see them come out one day with maybe some inbuilt lights. That'll be awesome. One thing I will add in there as well is the awning is covered by a very durable cover there. There's no discoloration in the 10 months that we've had it, and the zips are working perfectly still, so extremely happy with what's covering the awning and protecting it there. Also, a little handy thing that's included with the awning is the peg bag. So the pegs just go in this little bag here, which has come in handy a lot. All right, so we'll jump into the tent and we'll give you a review of what we think of that. Just before we do show you inside the tent, I just thought we'll quickly show you the outside and how that's performing with the conditions of the Australian outback. We'll start with the paint. The paint is holding up really well. I've had a few blokes come up in caravan parks and say, how old is that? And it has been on there for 10 months and the paint is just holding up perfectly. It's not fading at all. It's just brilliant. There is a few little paint chips on the front though, but that's on a different part. It's actually on the hinge part of the Alu-Cab, so it's a separate part to the actual tent, and I think I've caused that myself by going up real close with the high pressure hose too many times, but I'm not too bothered about that. That can be repainted nice and easily. Another huge pro is being able to have the toolbox on top and the sup board on top of the racks there. Adds that a little bit more extra storage. It is a bit heavier when pushing up the tent, but I'm happy to deal with that. That's fine. Another pro is being able to install all these lights on the side and have the ensuite there. That's pretty cool to be able to bolt stuff on like that. Another one is the Alu-Cab so far has been no problem with water. We spent 5 days in the New South Wales floods, and it was just raining constantly for 5 days. It did not stop, and we were in the same spot for 5 days, tent up, didn't put it down once, and not one bit of water got in there. There was a tiny bit of condensation, but you just got to expect that. Every single rooftop tent I've been in, there's always just that tiny bit of condensation. So we're happy with that. One last thing we'll add there as well is the weight of the tent. It weighs 116 kilos or 118. When I did pick it up from the conversion center, I did notice the weight on top. I felt the body roll, but with the suspension upgrade, it helped control that more. So I'd recommend a suspension upgrade with the tent. We'll run inside and we'll show you the inside. Let's get into it.
Cool, so we'll show you through the interior now. First thing we do when we jump in the car is we'll pop that one up. We do keep our pillows down here while we're driving, so we'll chuck them up there, and that just gets pushed up like that. And that is obviously the first massive benefit, is being able to stand up in the car, even all the way to the end. Even Jack can. So that has been a huge benefit, especially the last few weeks when we've been stuck in the car during the constant rainfall. And another thing we noticed during that time was this little bit
has become my naughty corner.
So when we're stuck in the car for 5 days straight, instead of getting cabin fever, if we need a little bit of alone time, one of us can sit up there and the other one can sit or stand down there comfortably. That is also where we store the sleeping bag when we're not using it, and we'll share why we use sleeping bags instead of a quilt later on. So I'll show you through pretty much everything we've got down the bottom here before we jump up the top. First of all, we've got a really nice seal around the whole perimeter of the tent, which helps us feel really nice and secure up top, free from the creepy crawlies. If there is a few flies or mozzies that manage to get up there, these fly screens actually zip open on all 3 windows, so that's easy to just let them straight out. We've got carpeting on the bottom, which has been really handy for our camp cover bags. They've got Velcro on the back. We did start off with them on the back windows, and they were just constantly falling down with corrugations and the sunlight, so that's been really handy. There is a little bit of give here, but that's easily fixed with a bit of spray glue, I guess. In the front, we've got a console that was included with the tent. That's sort of become a bit of a miscellaneous junk drawer, but definitely handy nonetheless. On either side, we've got 2 reading lamps, which are really handy, and then we've also got 3 lights here as well, which has definitely helped the last few weeks when we've had to cook dinner inside. Little con, USB point wasn't actually included in the tent, but luckily Jack was able to add that. And that is pretty much it for the bottom of the tent. We will show you up the top. I'll let Jack.
I'm going to jump outside. We'll go from the outside and get a nice view inside.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Okay.
Okay.
We're going to jump up.
There you go. So, we did show you how we get up in the tour video, but we'll show you again just in case you missed that one. We'll literally just stand up on our bench or on the fridge, pull that one down, and jump up. Pull that one down, and it's as easy as that. It's got two separate little mattresses. We'll just pull that one over, pull that one across, and that is where we sleep. So we've got an eggshell overlay here that we just got from Clark Rubber. The mattress was pretty hard to begin with, still a little bit too hard for Jack, but
I'm getting there. It's alright. It's doable.
yeah, so because of the extra thickness from the eggshell, we had to forego the option to keep all bedding up here. Usually to pack the whole tent up, you can actually keep a quilt and pillows up here. So because of that, we've gone for sleeping bags instead. We are able to keep one up here, but with a sleeping bag, it just makes it easier to just shove it in a bag.
Yep.
So, Jack and I are not the tallest people, but we'll give you a little demo anyway. So, I could literally think I could even, yeah, I still have room even with my arms up.
Yep.
So yeah, it's pretty good.
So
even if you're
6 foot plus.
Yeah, even if you're a lot taller than us, I think you'd definitely fit in comfortably. Wideness. Before leaving, we were in a king bed, so there is a few domestics about. You move over, no, you move over. So
we're not going to go there.
Alright, cool features up here as well. We have got wicked insulation up here. As Jack said, we haven't had any real issues with condensation, only during those really heavy rains. It would be cool to have a storage compartment up here. In our previous rooftop tent, there was like a little material thing here that we could store our phones in, but not too much of an issue. The annex over here is also a really good feature. Literally no rainfall comes in from that window whatsoever, and we pretty much keep this one open 24/7, so I think that helps a lot with the condensation as well. It is also really well sealed around the top perimeter here as well, and yeah, just really well built. I think maybe the black exterior might make a little bit of a difference to the heat inside the actual tent. We don't really feel it at night or in the morning, but sometimes if we're here like in the middle of the day, yeah. Only really if we're up in the tent in the middle of the day though. We don't get any of that heat when we're down the bottom. So yeah, it gets lots of nice airflow coming through, so it hasn't been much of an issue for us with the black exterior. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the interior of the tent. We will challenge Jack to see how quick he can pack it all up now, eh?
Pressure's on, guys. Let's go. Alrighty, Megan, chuck that timer on. We're going to pack her up. Simply roll it up like that. Nice and simple. Pressure's on. One little another con to add to the awning is the Velcro is actually, one of the Velcro straps is starting to get a bit funny, but that's easily replaced from places like Bunnings or whatever. It goes there. Start here. Beautiful. The awning done. Jump up and get the tent away. This one. After a while you get pretty good at taking these bits of metal off. Goes there. Straight down. Straps away. First clip on, second clip, and stop that timer.
So, is it worth the money?
100%. I'm in love with it, guys.
100, you're going to stick with that?
Yeah, don't you like it?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, it was a lot of money and a very big decision for us to make.
Yep.
If you'd have seen our tour video, you would have seen exactly how much money. But I don't think we have any regrets whatsoever.
Absolutely no regrets.
Yeah, it's just made full-time traveling for us.
Awesome.
Definitely. So that wraps it up for today. Thanks so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you chuck us a like. If there's anything else on the car that you want us to do a little review on, leave us a comment down below and we'll get onto that. I think next up we'll be doing a lot more in-depth view at our shower setup and toilet. So if you're interested in seeing that one, make sure you subscribe.
Definitely. We'll see you on the road.
Bye.
See you later.